Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Life is a search after power." And if this is true, what exactly is it that we're searching for? We need to start our exploration of power in organizations by understanding just what power is. I'm going to define power in the context of the workplace as the ability to act, the capability to do or accomplish something. So, in the workplace, power is your ability to get other people to do what you want them to do. By the way, I come from a physics background where power is the rate of doing work. Therefore, if you exert a certain amount of power for a certain amount of time, you can achieve a certain amount of change. So, in that way, the colloquial use of the word power in the workplace is very much consistent with the technical scientific use of the word power in physics. But there's something else in our common usage, and that is the ability to exert influence over people by means other than purely the strength of your argument. And for some people, gaining this kind of power, the ability to stand above your peers in some way, is a highly desirable objective. Take a look at our video in our motivation course on David McClelland's 3 motivational needs, of which the need for power is one. In the work context, we need to consider 2 types of power. And the first is organizational power, the ability of an organization to compel the compliance of the people within the organization. And the second is individual power, the ability of individuals within the organization to make things happen. In this section of our course on organizations, we will examine both of these. In its simplest form, we'll find that organizations have 2 principal sources of power: the power to coerce and the power to reward. And we can divide the power to reward into 2, into the power to reward materially with, for example, money or other forms of remuneration, and the power to reward symbolically with praise, status, and rank. Likewise, we'll see that individuals also have 2 sources of power: the power that is granted to them by their organization, and the power that they earn for themselves. And again, the earned power falls into 2 types: the power that they earn legitimately and the power that they seize from other people. It's worth talking a little bit about the idea of power seized here, because we shan't be returning to it. This is fundamentally the strong man theory of power, which sees the power player, more often than not a man, seizing power from others. And of course, it's all a matter of perspective. Your idea of what is legitimate earning of power and my idea may be very different. If I use coercion or bribery or some other unsavoury way to take power, then to me that may be legitimate. So we can only really think of power seized as separate from power earned within the context of a moral or ethical framework. However, I think the bottom line for those of us who are not moral or ethical scholars and academics is quite simple. We know it when we see it. Power can be seized overtly, it can be seized covertly behind people's backs in such a way that we don't notice it until it's happened. But in the end, we're usually aware of when a power player has taken power through means that feel uncomfortable to us. And that has a corrupting influence on the organization and on the people within it. It impacts on morale and it leaves people feeling uncomfortable. Power seized is not a proper study for those of us who want to improve organizations and improve our organizational behavior. But it is worth knowing, of course, that it exists, not least, of course, in the macro-political realm. So, to conclude, power is the ability to get things done within an organisation. And in this part of the course, we are going to look at the power that organisations have and the power that individuals have within their organisations. Please do give a thumbs up if you like this video. There's loads more great management courses content to come, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.